Good evening, everybody. This is Chelsea, the dietitian, and it is time for another support group for the ABC. As we are getting into colder temperatures, it's actually really interesting how the seasons can have a really big impact on our hunger and our fullness cues. So we're going to talk about that because you're not a crazy person. There are actually changes happening that can make us have more cravings, make us feel hungrier this time of year. So as the seasons change, our hunger cues are really changing too. You may notice that as the temperatures get colder, your hunger levels get higher. On warmer days, our appetite tends to decrease, making it maybe harder to eat or harder to eat as often, or even eating smaller portions. These shifts are super normal, and they're also really rooted in just our biology and our environment in general. So starting with colder weather, our appetite is really impacted by a series of kind of physical, hormonal, environmental factors that are changing during that time of year. These hormone shifts are affecting hunger and fullness, and they are related to shorter daylight hours and definitely colder temperatures as well. All of which we're experiencing, especially now that we just went through the time change a few days ago. These conditions can definitely change the balance of our kind of hunger regulating hormones. Those hunger regulating hormones are things like ghrelin, which is our hunger hormone that actually makes us feel less full. We see an increase in that this time of year. We may have less leptin production, which is our satiety hormone, typically makes us feel full, but when we're creating less of it, we may actually be feeling hungrier. So we're feeling less full, we're feeling more hunger. We also see reduced peptide YY, which is another hormone that helps us feel full as well. So these shifts can definitely leave us feeling hungrier than usual, even if our activity level or stress level or other things has not changed. So we also see an increase in energy expenditure during the colder temperatures too, because our body is working harder to maintain a stable internal temperature, and that can impact our appetite as well. This process is called thermogenesis. It slightly increases our resting metabolic rate, and in some studies, this seasonal energy shift is observed in humans, but it's definitely even observed in like hibernating animals like bears. So we are basically actually hibernating and becoming little bears this time of year as things get colder. Increasing cravings for comfort food during this time of year is also very common, and a lot of times is due to lowering the levels of serotonin. This happens because reduced serotonin exposure can really affect our mood and our appetite. Our body will naturally crave those carbohydrate-rich or warm comfort foods as a way to boost our mood, boost those serotonin levels. So these cravings are part of our body's natural response to shorter, darker days. We shouldn't feel guilty. We're not broken. There is actually biology behind why we feel that way when the seasons change. We also have to look at environmental changes too, though. Winter brings a lot more gatherings, more festival food or more festive foods, and a lot more opportunity to actually indulge in those sweet treats, right? Combined with our biological hunger signals that are also changing, these environmental cues can really heighten our drive to eat more. So it's important to really recognize that this is, part of the season, yes, and it's not necessarily something that we need to fix about ourselves, but we do need to be aware of how our environment may also be making it harder for us to work with those biological changes that we're experiencing too. When we see warmer seasons, we see a lot of times appetite decreases. A lot of times this is due to our body's natural thermoregulation process, where it needs less energy to maintain that normal temperature. The digestive process itself generates heat, which our body tries to prevent. So by suppressing our hunger cues, our body feels more comfortable, although once we move to a cooler place, you may start to feel hungrier, wondering where the increased appetite came from. So not that it's as relevant right now, but for people that maybe work outside in the summer, really feel no hunger all day long, suddenly you get inside for a break or after work and now we're starving. There's biology behind that. There's a reason why. A really similar situation also occurs when you work out too. Oh, hello. Sarah's waving at me with a cute little bear. Hello. Similar situation occurs when you're working out as well. When your body is working hard to cool itself down, you may not feel as hungry as you normally would. So without fail, an hour or two later though, our hunger cues are working full force and we are starving. So these hormone hunger changes that occur throughout the seasons are super normal. And it can help us kind of generate, it's designed to help us generate the correct amount of energy throughout the year, right? But by adapting our own hunger cues, the body is trying to protect us from over and under eating. So in order to navigate the seasons, we have some tips, okay? First and foremost, be sure you're staying hydrated during the colder, well, really both seasons, all seasons, we need to be hydrated, right? But we do want to be sure we're drinking enough water to help our body regulate its own internal temperature properly. Be sure that you're following a meal schedule. If I have met with any of you, you've probably heard me lecture you at least once by now about why consistency through the day is so important. We really need to have a schedule of our meals so that our body can predict and kind of knows when the next meal is coming. Not skipping meals. So now not only are we dealing with biological hunger changes, but now we also have ravenous hunger because we're trying to catch up for lost time from not eating through the day. We don't want to make it harder for ourselves. Eating consistently throughout your day is crucial. Make sure you include fiber and veggies throughout both seasons as well. It can really help reduce cravings. Vegetables are high volume foods, meaning you can eat a whole bunch of them for a really small amount of calories. Including fiber, including vegetables with as many meals as we can helps provide longer satiety and helps you feel full faster. So eat your veggies, pretty please. Thank you. It's also important, as we know, protein, right? The thing we talk about all the time. You want to include it with each of your meals, most of your snacks. Our body actually burns a little more calories when we're digesting protein than other foods too. So yay for that win. When you're eating your protein, you can rest assured your body's working a little bit harder for you to break it down, and it's helping support your weight loss efforts. Eating enough protein, eating consistently, eating enough fiber is all going to help reduce cravings that you have, okay? And then remember to trust your body. Listen to your hunger cues. Stop when you're satisfied, not stuffed. Have a snack if you're feeling a little bit hungry so you don't potentially overdo it an hour or 2 hours from now if you wait too long. And remember to try to really embrace the seasons with a variety of foods. Choose nutrient-dense foods and enjoy the seasonal options. That way you can really nourish your body, get the most out of each month of the year. And another thing too is to remember to enjoy your favorites. Okay, no, we're going into Thanksgiving and we're going to talk about that at our next support group. So hold tight. I didn't forget that it's holiday season. But make room for those special treats. You know, right now it's Halloween candy. There's a bucket of it on top of my fridge right now. Allow yourself one piece a day. All right, but then put the rest away. Do that for a week and then throw it out, donate it, freeze it, get it out of the house, get it out of there. But it's okay to have those little bits of those seasonal treats, but we have to be sure it fits within the confines of our day, right? All foods fit every single day, but it's how we make them fit that matters. All right, so keep practicing that balance, keep practicing that portion control. And remember that a nourished body functions the best. A hungry body, a hungry brain is not going to think rationally. Feed yourself well, stay consistent, and we're going to get through these hungry months together, okay? All right, if any of you have questions, let me know. And as a reminder, Facebook is only storing videos for 30 days. I know. So we will be downloading and adding all of these to the YouTube channel. The one from a couple weeks ago should be there very soon if it's not already, and this one will be up very soon as well. So we will rebuild that wonderful support group repository that we had going for so long. It's just migrating locations. Thank you, Facebook, for that. But if any of you have questions or need anything, let me know. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.